Well, Mintzy, it feels like it's been an age since we last chatted, mate. COVID has frustrated the world over and frustrated us from a baseball sense. But in some really exciting news, you're locked in for the 22-23 season with the Tuatara, with some of your mates coming back as well. Just tell us, I guess, your thoughts on how challenging COVID's been and how good it is, I guess, to lock in your future with the Tuatara.
Yeah, obviously, like everybody else, we've been trying to navigate through COVID, now for over a year, and how we're trying to handle it. And even here in the States with trying to get baseball going, and spring trainings were way different. Everything looked different, and even coming into the season and the protocols that we had to do. And then, last year, actually looking into, what it was going to take to get people from all around the world into Auckland to try to play baseball, and then get them from Auckland over to Australia and not be locked into a state in Australia and not be able to get home, and all those things, but this year we were looking at this year, and just with the stuff that still going on, especially over there, seems like well, y'all might have a better handle on it than we do, maybe, but at least things over here have lightened up some. But just looking at this year and the possibilities of trying to do it, and we just seemed like there were going to be those hurdles again, with the uncertainty with shutdowns and getting people to and from in a timely manner. So early on, we went ahead and said, we were going to, pass on 21, 22. But then speaking with Regan over the last month or so, and talking about the following year, like you're talking 22 and 23, it's just like, yeah, we have to do this. We have to figure out a way to try to get baseball back in New Zealand for the fans there. And so I was more than happy, to go ahead and say, hey, yeah, let's go ahead. We've got plenty of time to plan to get this thing straight. And with the people of New Zealand, letting them know that, yes, we're serious about baseball in New Zealand, and, we're all trying to do everything we can to bring it back as quickly as we can.
Mate, you've obviously been on this journey from the outset with the Tuatara, the first season, and having to come into the league late and get through that first one. And then we saw what the franchise is capable of in year two, and winning the league title, the division title, and then going off to the playoffs, despite all those injuries and all the setbacks and whatnot. Does it feel like you're just sort of partway through this journey, and there's a lot more success that you're chasing, with this franchise, as we return to normality over the next couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, what we were able to accomplish in just 2 short years, hosting that home playoff game, and you was in the locker room when we spoke about it, 2 years ago. We said that was our goal, that we wanted to play a home playoff game when we started. What was it, 1920? Lost in my years, but when we started the second year of the Tuatara, I mean, you heard me. I told those guys that our goal for that year was to play a home playoff game, and we accomplished that. Obviously, we would have liked to at least take another step or two, and bring that shield across the ditch. But I think where we're at and what we've done, we were able to bring some key players over from a couple of different organizations. But the Kiwi players that we've had that stepped up in that second year of our franchise was huge. And I think from there on, we're going to continue to see those guys get better. We're going to continue to add more. We've got there's a few college guys that are coming home, and they're going to be keen on to try to get part of the Tuatara. I've already spoke with some of them that are here in the U.S. Now. So, but I think if we continue to grow the Tuatara in New Zealand, continue to get these guys to get better, have more excitement. I mean, because we've got guys that were a part of it that that second year. I mean, they're all keen to come back. So, but as soon as we can move in that direction, obviously we'll start making some phone calls and trying to get the best team we can to put there in New Zealand. for the Tuatara.
Obviously, a couple of other key signatures to kick things off here, along with your reappointments. Your old mate Darren Bragg coming back again, and look, you got a lot of the kudos for the success that the Tuatara had, and rightly so for the way you managed the team. But a lot of the players, Darren Bragg's kind of the silent assassin. He doesn't say a lot publicly, but it was a huge part of the team's success as well. And two of those key leaders, the two Kiwi guys, and Pinky and Te Wera Bishop, both committing again for the 22-23 season as well. How key to have some of the leaders of the franchise locked in now.
Yeah, well, I can promise you one thing. I've already told Bragg, I was like, if I'm going back, you're going back. I don't care what's going on, because just like you said, what Bragg's been able to do there with those hitters, and working with them with base running and our fielding and all those type things. Yeah, I mean, Bragg's is so valuable to me. Yeah, I've got a manager tag or whatever, but the stuff that he does with those guys in cages and early work on the field and different things like that, I can't replace it. And to tell you the truth, it just wouldn't even feel right if we all showed up there and Bragg wasn't there. It'd be like, something, there was a big hole in something, So, but yeah, Bragg, as long as he's able and we can have him, I mean, Bragg's is gonna be sitting right beside me, So, and then Pinky and Bo, we spoke about them just a while ago. These Kiwi guys that they've been through the fire. They've seen where baseball has come from and where it's at now with the Tuatara, and they understand it, and those things that they are able to give to some of the other guys coming back from college, and then even also too with the imports and people that we bring over into that culture. They're able to guide them and direct them onto how New Zealanders live, because I know I take that very serious when I'm coming to a different place. And even the first time I ever came to New Zealand, I did my homework on the culture and the things of New Zealand to make sure I didn't come there and disrespect somebody, So I think that's very important to have those guys there, the leadership, and then they're able to pour that into young Kiwi players, and then be able to pour it into the imports and stuff that come over to play with us.
Mate, some other exciting news, obviously, in the last few weeks too. Elliot Johnston signing with the New York Mets. I know, personally, that was a big coup for you, because you put a lot of time and effort into Elliot's development, and that success, his success, is sort of, shared by a lot of the people in this organisation as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know better than me. You've seen Elliot come from a bunch of years back to where he got to, But after that first year, getting to know Elliot, and he had a tough go. He had a tough go that first year with the Tuatara, but we put him out there. And before I left at the end of that season, I told Elliot, I'm like, hey, you're going to have to do these things, or it's going to be tough for you to make the Tuatara next year. And so then with myself and DJ Carrasco helped out a ton through that summer, being able to send videos and different things to him. And then obviously once we got there, being able to get that hands-on stuff with Elliot, but the work that he put in, when us coaches weren't even around, I was back here doing whatever, DJ was doing his thing, but Elliot was putting in that work and video and sending it to us, and we were able to critique it and say, hey, don't do this so much, or put a little more emphasis into this. But the work that he put in to get him to that, and then obviously rookie of the year, and one of the best pitchers in the league that year, if not the best pitcher. And so now getting this opportunity with the Mets, he's got a lot more work to do. So he's now in a pond where there's a bunch of him, and he's going to have to put that work in, get people out, and I'm sure the Mets are going to give him every opportunity to try to do that. But for New Zealand, I mean, obviously it's ecstatic, for him, his family, everything, and everybody that's had an opportunity to pour into him, from a young age to where he's at now playing professional baseball.
All right, Mintzy. Well, great to chat to you. We'll look forward to trying to catch up with you a little more regularly now that we know we're building up towards the 22-23 season, and wish you all the success with your Down East Ducks back in the US, mate. Go well.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man. We've had a good start to the year, and things are going good. We've sent some pitchers and players and stuff up to the next level, and so we'll get the other ones in and keep trying to get them better.